The RTVS Live, where every second of the day an artist is live.
B.O.B.
Oh, listen to the background singers. Say it again, where every second of the day an artist is live.
B.O.B.
Oh, why is Tiffany yelling though?
I don't
know. What's the matter? Your headphones on low or something?
Yeah, I think so.
It's Okay, she just like being loud, I think. All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Friday edition of the RTVS Live, and we are inside of iMATTER, health, lifestyle, all about you. 12:23, y'all, 23 minutes after 12 o'clock, exercising your right to 52 chews. Oh, yeah. Y'all be chewing fast, man. You sound like a bunch of rabbits. What's up, Doc? All right, it's Ray Thomas, along with
the intern Tiffany Rivera.
And the one and only Mad Jew activist, artist extraordinaire with the long hair because she don't care. Stephanie Tough Love Brown.
Hey. Sound like you went to say it for me.
Is that Yogi?
Right. You can join in the next time.
Being on early. Hey, you know this is being recorded by Pharaoh Vision, and we're not going to retake that. So make sure when we put this video up, we're going to point out that Yogi was early.
Just excited.
A little premature there, Yogi. Oh man.
Goodness.
What's going on, Steph?
A lot.
Yeah. Feeling better?
Yes, I am. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Thank you to everybody who sent me well wishes, and Miss Cynthia, she's so sweet.
Oh yeah, Norlington Ray down there in Smyrna, Georgia. Yes, indeed. She's family, man. So,
she is.
You know, she's always tuning in. One of our favorite listeners, man.
Absolutely.
And we definitely do appreciate her. And look forward to Cynthia being here for our 5th annual iMusic Festival coming up in September, October.
Okay.
Yeah, she's going to be performing.
Really?
Yeah, she has bars.
Okay.
She's going to be singing. A little singing.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you know now.
I will be there.
Knowing is half the battle.
That's cool.
Yes, definitely so. All right.
It's nice to meet her.
Yep. She'll give you a hug and embrace you.
Right.
And maybe she'll bring her husband Ray too. Her husband's named Ray.
Oh wow.
Ray. Norlington Ray. No, I'm just kidding. His name is Ray. Oh wow. Ray. You know the girls used to call me Ray when I was younger, but I never allowed the guys to do it.
Why did they say it twice?
The girls said it like that. Hey, Ray. You know, I was all like, yeah, y'all know what time it is. Chocolate in the house.
Put some respect on his name.
Yes, they did. They put some Ray on my name. 2 times. Ray. Yes, indeed. All right. So, anyways, let's get into the program.
Well, this program is going to be kind of filled because I wanted to catch up from last week. I wasn't here last week. So we didn't give a fill-in on the Sway Night.
Okay.
It's held every 4th Thursday. We had it not last week. Yes, it was last week that we had it. I'm sorry.
She had amnesia.
Right. These days are blending in together. They do. But Gallery 116, shout out to Desmond.
Yes, indeed.
Awesome
Desmond Lattimore.
Man. Yes.
Let's put some respect on his name and say the whole
Desmond
name.
Lattimore, yes.
Yes. And he's not the singer either.
Right. No relations.
Okay.
Right. But it's an awesome event. And we had Anthony Agers, who was in the studio. He came out and performed.
Shout out Ant.
Facts. Right, yeah.
Yes. Not only does he have bars, but he has facts.
Right. But it was awesome. It was really awesome. But I wanted to kind of clarify the message that I was giving at Sway Night, because I know it's starting to get heavy with the HIV awareness that I do.
Right.
And a lot of people won't really understand where I'm coming from with the information. So today I kind of wanted to clarify and go deeper into what I would like to share as far as the HIV awareness and the questions that people need to start asking.
Right.
The questions that are never asked and what I've been coming across, because this is very vital information, but because of 30 years of us believing the drama and the deaths and just it's been so much in this epidemic that we don't necessarily think outside of the box and think logically about it. And it's been 30 plus years. As a patient at 19, when I became a patient, I've always had these questions, but I didn't know how to go about answering them. So that's what I'm trying to do at Sway Night. The questions that I've had and the message that I'm trying to give out to the people is what I do at Sway Night. But I want everybody to kind of be on the same page and not be so, oh, she's just talking crazy, or I'm not trying to hear what she's saying because she may be angry about it, or it's not anger. It's a real deep passion for the next person not to fall in the same shoes in what I did.
You know, a lot of times passion is misinterpreted.
Right.
You know, as anger. You know, if you're passionate about doing something, if you're an artist or if you're a singer and you just speak really highly about what you do and you just have a lot of energy when you're describing it, and people say, man, especially if you are a person of color, you just automatically mad
and a woman,
angry.
right?
Yes,
Yeah,
you know, so
woman.
you get that label. So people just need to understand, man, it's about empowering and it's about educating.
Right.
You know, so as you were saying.
Well, the cards that I tried to hand out last time, these are it right here. The cards here are what I wanted to hand out, which I will be handing out the next Sway Night.
Right.
I had forgot them at home. Everything happens for a reason, so I wasn't too bummed out about it. But the questions that come to mind are really coming from a documentary called House of Numbers.
Okay.
It's on YouTube. You can check it out yourself. And I always tell people, do not take my word for it. I want you to go out and get your own research. Do your own research and find out your own questions to start asking. Things like the term AIDS. What does it really mean? The term AIDS from the documentary, now I'm pulling all this from the documentary. Again, you can go back and look at it yourself. But they say that the term AIDS is really a political term, and it's only meaning malnutrition. And that's saying that you're not getting the nutrients, you're not taking care of yourself, and your body starts to go downhill. Your system starts to break down because you're not taking care of yourself. AIDS is a term used for the CDC to look at it as levels when it comes to HIV. HIV is this virus that you contract, that they say, I'm using quotation marks now because this information that I'm giving, it's questionable. So I'm using quotation marks because I'm not trying to set it in stone, but they say that HIV is a virus that causes AIDS. AIDS is actually a political term because anytime that you come up with an AIDS patient, when a patient becomes or is living with AIDS or they're diagnosed with AIDS, one, they can't get away from that diagnosis. It doesn't matter how far up your CD4 count can go back up. Your CD4 count is your white blood cells. It doesn't matter if your body gets back to its normal state. In your records, you are always having AIDS.
Okay.
And for me, that was always a question. Why is it that a patient, if I were to get down to the AIDS point, why is it that even if I wasn't in the AIDS stage anymore, why am I always considered to have AIDS? And then the questions, when you start to ask questions, God in the universe will start giving you the answers. Start throwing it in your face a whole lot faster than what you can expect. And when I started to put these questions out there, I started to get the answers, and I started watching this documentary, and it all made sense. AIDS is just another, like I said, it's a political term, but these health departments and even clinics, they get more money for AIDS diagnosis. You can't get disability if you don't have an AIDS diagnosis. This is like this, you have to be close to death in order to get any kind of assistance. But patients are treated like guinea pigs. To go back into to the field and to speak from my point of view, speak from my statements, because I can only speak from my point of view. It's a mental game. HIV is a mental game. It really, really is. Because you're not given any other option. It's either you take this pill or you die. That is simply it. That has been like that since I've been on the regimen. And I've been on a regimen since 2009. I was put on the regimen 3 years after my diagnosis. I was diagnosed in 2006, but I wasn't put on meds right away. But now when you're diagnosed, they give you medication because you're not waiting anymore. And the meds are getting more and more expensive. My thing is, it's 30 plus years, and these are still the questions that I had. Why is it 30 plus years and we don't have a vaccine? It's been billions and billions of dollars into this field, and there still isn't even anything outside of a pill. I don't even like taking Motrins. I don't like taking Tylenol. So I'm not looking to take a pill. Who else is stepping outside to say we don't want the medication just because we're comparing our lives from the 80s? We figure that we're blessed. But to me, some people might see it as they are blessed because they feel like they have hands that are helping them. I feel as though we have hands that are holding us down because they're not really looking at it from our point of view as a patient. We go in 3 to 4 months, every 3 to 4 months we go in and we're having to be told by someone who is not our complexion, not our age, and not from our generation, telling me that I have to take this medication. If I don't, or if I go against his word, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, and I'm eventually gonna die. This is what's being told to patients day in and day out, every 3 to 4 months. So how do you expect somebody to come out of their depression and come out of their substance abuse if every time you turn around and they're trying to give you an alternative to say, this is what I feel like, this is the best for my body. I don't want to get down to the AIDS point, and this is what I feel as though is the best for me. Doctors shut it down. To actually look into the history of seeing timelines, even if you look at the timeline of AIDS, in 1991, Magic Johnson was diagnosed. A month later, he was asked to be part of the Commission on AIDS. He was asked by Bush to be a part of the Commission on AIDS. This man had no symptoms whatsoever, didn't even pass the virus on to his wife. But then Eazy-E in 1996, Eazy-E was diagnosed, and 1 month later, he passes away. Why? How? Why haven't we looked at this? Around the same time after Eazy-E's death, they put out new medication. But in those 90s, the focus was on black people. It moved from white gay men and it moved over into the black community. The same time, crack hit the streets. The war on drugs, and AIDS hit the streets at the same time. Why haven't we been looking at that? Why aren't we asking questions about this epidemic that could easily solve what's going on? If we were to really present ourselves with wanting to have answers, because we're deserving of them. If we were really to organize each other or organize ourselves to go to the White House and ask these questions, we would start getting answers a whole lot quicker. It's just too much. And I had always known in my spirit that something was up, and that's why I became an activist. It wasn't because of the treatment or went to see somebody to get into care, and not even testing. I'm not talking about testing, because even with testing, it's questions with me. The documentary shows you or tells you that you can come up positive for a test if you've had the flu. Magic Johnson had the flu before he got tested. That's how they got him being positive. I had the flu right before I got tested, and that's how I came up to be positive. My story is similar to Magic Johnson's, only I wasn't a 5-star champion playing with the Lakers. And then all of a sudden, I'm being pulled out of it after I get these 5 rings. I'm being pulled out of the NBA, but Magic Johnson was still able to play overseas and still give America a gold medal in Barcelona. So how you gonna pull a man from the court in America? He can't even play on his own soil in America, but you have him win you a gold medal in Barcelona, but he can't play anymore around here. There's questions that we need answered, and it's gonna be uncomfortable. It's gonna be very uncomfortable, because this is something that people have been believing for years. This is something that's almost irreversible to a lot of people, because they feel like we've made it with HIV, and we have not made anything. There has not been any advancements. We are steady being treated as guinea pigs, and I see it day in and day out. Even the patients will defend these doctors and say, yeah, I'm getting the best care. Don't tell me any alternatives. I don't want to hear any alternatives. The medication is fine for me. That's cool, but why defend someone who, or defend the system? I'm not going to say every doctor, every specialist, because it's not every doctor and every specialist. It's not. I'm not going to put everybody in a group. But this industry that we know of that is about its money, why are you so quick to defend it and not just simply ask questions? She is the fam on the iMATTER segment. This is Yogi with 2 eyes.
It was the only thing she said she wanted to eat. But finding boiled peanuts in Cali is kind of like finding caviar on these southern streets. Not happening. And I remember when her shape resembled shell, with fingers thin enough to play flute and make heart flutter. Baby sister to my mother, now she's just being babied. Please eat something. But something as simple as us asking for her to have nourishment to her meant she would no longer be in shape. So now her slender sits in a wheelchair and her body begins to deteriorate. But wait, it was nothing we were ever told, and no pictures did we see. And unlike the body, the voice, it doesn't change when it doesn't get what it needs, so we didn't know. The conversations created a false confidence of her cure, cause boiled peanuts is what she asked for. or at least what she said she would eat. Maybe because it would take so long for her to receive, she'd wait to eat, but not wait to leave, looking in the mirror trying to regain an ungrown beauty that was still evident by her skin and bones, hushed tones. What caused her to believe she was anything other than beautiful we'll never know, because now to the sky she resides. And those boiled peanuts, see, they never arrived. Now on any southern street at every Circle K, I can buy boiled peanuts in memory of you.
Go on, girl. Go on. Just go on. Get the. That's how it goes down here at iMATTER Health Lifestyle, all about you.
Yo.
Not only do you get the health, we give you the lifestyle, but then it's all about you, man. Why that camera all in my face? Federal vision. But we got the jars as well too.
Yes, we do.
So before we get out of here this afternoon, man, we're gonna dip into the jars. Go ahead and explain what the jars are all about, Steph.
My jars they're called journal jars, and I use them for the support groups for women. If they are having a problem trying to figure out what to write in their journals, they pick from the jars. And there's a stars jar and there's a reflective jar. The stars jar is the spirituality jar, and it's asking more questions about your spirituality and self-improvement and self-power. And the reflective jar is the if, what's, when kind of questions about if a tree fell in the woods, could you dare, stuff like that, something like that. I don't think that's in there, but
You go ahead, Yogi, and pick from the spirituality jar. That's what she's trying to tell you right now.
When I'm in pain, physical or emotional, the kindest thing I can do for myself is go to sleep.
Oh wow.
True.
Go to sleep. Because I won't feel it. I'll be okay. As long as I can get to sleep, I'm fine. As far as emotional pain, for me, it would be to write. To get it all out of my head, to put it all on paper or a big piece of poster board and just write everything down until I can see it and kind of start checking stuff off and scratching stuff off. What really matters? Why is this hurting me?
Right.
And really just go from there.
I'll do my artwork. Peace by Tough Love back there, if you can get that, Farrell.
Yeah, go ahead and get that in the video.
But my artwork is one thing, and speaking, when it came to my emotional pain, when it came to my activism, speaking helped me a lot because it became my therapy, and I knew that I was helping someone, and it was like gratification for me to see someone else saying thank you and being relieved and being relatable to others. So
Emotional pain. I'm finding myself crying more emotionally and isolating myself, and I have to get out of that.
I'm about to say, is that the kindest thing you can do for yourself?
Oh yeah. So the kindest thing I would do emotionally is just cry, because that's all I feel like I can really do at that point.
Sometimes
because I'm not broken.
Well, yeah, it is a release. It's a cleanse.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
some people can look at it as negative. A lot of people look at it. I look at it as a positive because it's a cleanse. I say let it out.
Get it out.
Let it out.
So if people want to get in touch with Stephanie Tough Love Brown, how they go about doing that?
You can find me on Facebook, Stephanie Tough Love Brown. You can find the Mad You page, Sway Night page, and my Tough Love page as an artist. If you would like to email me, you can email me at maduceo@gmail.com. And I'll even put my number out there if you want to contact me. 910-973-6028 is my direct number to get in contact with me. But please, if you have questions, if you would like to hear more about HIV awareness or just want to know more about the Sway Night, anything, please contact me. I'm free.
Sway Night's when?
Sway Night is every fourth Thursday downtown at Gallery 116th.
And Yogi?
Awesome. If you want to get in contact with me, hit me up on Facebook with Yolanda A. Barnes or Yogi with 2 eyes. And you can also reach me via email at yogiwith2eyes@gmail.com.
B. Renee over there saying, well, B. Renee said, but not on today. Get that on today.
On today.
I went to church, y'all. On today.
On today.
Yes. So, as always, man, good segment. And I hope that we blessed a lot of people out there in the global audience that have been tuning in to, iMATTER. And they're really informed. And the fact of the matter is, ask the questions.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Ask the questions.
All right. So coming up, it's I Cut Shop Talk with the Barber Kings. Quo.